All right, guys. So we're here at episode 8, and I can definitively say this is kind of where things start to ramp up towards up until the end of the series. Um, so we start off kind of slow. It's basically Kirito just walking around, and he sees a random monster, and he does one of his usual things is, oh, there's a skill that nobody uses, but I put a bunch of effort into it. So he's got some like throwing darts. He takes them out, and you're looking and you're trying to figure out what he's about to kill with it. And he like throws one to startle the thing, and it jumps up, and it's like, all right, it's a rabbit. And then he throws another one and, kills it in midair. Well, it turns out that's a special type of rabbit or something. It drops one of the rarest ingredients in the game. And so he takes it to the shop to get it appraised. And he's like, yeah, dude, you got so much money. It's kind of worthless to sell it to me. I mean, don't you have somebody that can kind of, this is Agile we're talking about. He's like, don't you have somebody that can kind of fix it? Make it into something? At that moment, Asuna comes in because they all kind of know each other, and she's got this guy tagging along behind her called Kuradil. And apparently the guild that she's in has grown so big that the higher up people like her have escorts that are there to protect them from getting assassinated or something. It could happen, I don't know. So he's following her, and Kirito's like, hey, I know you used to cook. What's your cooking skill at? And she was like, actually, I maxed it out last week. And he's like, well, I got this. And he shows it to her. He's like, could you do something with this? And she's like, yes, please, I will. And then she's like, well, you probably ain't got nothing to cook with at your house. So just this one time, I'll let you come to my house and I'll cook this and we'll eat it. And then Kuradil's like, I don't trust this guy. She said, you're dismissed. I'm done with you. And he's obviously butthurt about it. So they go back to her place. She cooks it. They have a nice little meal. And she says, you know what? It's been so long since we had a good, time together. And he's like, well, I mean, it's only like the one time that we fought that boss. And this is, granted, this is 2 years later. This has been 2 years. And she was like, yeah, I want to do that again. And he was like, what, fight a boss? And she was like, no, I want to be in a party. Well, I mean, you got your job as the vice commander or whatever. Which she's got a title and everything. Like, I believe her title is Lightning Flash Asuna. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not like she's a joke. She's pretty badass on her own. Not nowhere near Kirito's level, but she's up there. And he's like, well, I guess since you did this, I will do that for you. It also helped because she had a knife at his throat several times. She wasn't going to back down from it. So, yeah, they ended up agreeing to go party on the front lines, just the two of them. She's like, it must be hard doing that by yourself. I ain't got nothing going on. Let me come with you. I know a lot of y'all are like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. Yeah, that's what's going on. So, Kuradil follows her out of her house the next day. And she's like, why were you even outside my house? He's like, part of my job. No, it's not. And she was like, you need to stop following me. And Kirido's like, dude, I got this. She'll be all right. And he's like, no, I don't even trust you. You're so far beneath me, the great Kuradil. And so he challenges Kirito to a duel. And instead of just killing this dude or fucking him up, he just breaks his damn sword straight in front of his face. And he's like, we're done now, right? You can equip another weapon if you want to. I'll fuck you up with that too. And so he does get like a tiny dagger thing out, and he's gonna try and like twist around and stab him somehow and think that that's gonna do the job. But Asuna comes in and she flicks it out of his hand, and she's like, all right, I relieve you of your position. You can go back to the garrison and just wait for orders from higher authority, because you're not my guardian, my servant, or whatever no more. And he's like devastated from that. And so from there, Kirito and Asuna, they explore, and they're on like, I think the 74th floor. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like 74, because I made a note about it not being 75. And they come across the boss door, and she's like, what do we do? He's like, well, I guess we could peek inside. As long as we don't go inside, he can't really do anything. So they open the doors, and that's when we meet the Gleam Eyes, which is going to be in the next episode. And I fucking love this episode. God, it's one of the best, if not the best. It's one of my favorite. There's a clip in music videos I've shared. It's just the best. It's the best. But anyways, I'll stop gushing about it. I'll gush about it more next episode. But so yeah, they see the Gleam Eyes for the first time, which is like a goat. A minotaur goat with a snake's tail. Not a snake's tail, a snake for a tail. So I guess you would call it a manicore, but it's not. Because a manicore does not have a goat in it. But this is very clearly a goat, because goats have the eyes that, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like, instead of a snake's eyes being up and down, a goat's eyes are like left and right. But it's like that slit. It's very freaky. Can't wait to talk about it more next episode. And that's where it ends. So, there you go.